Hey everyone, Chef, welcome back to Reus2. We're going to be working on one of our two remaining achievements today, and I think I'm just going to let our Apex Biotica decide which one we go for. We need to do all the glitters, which is majestic earrings, majestic amulets, majestic rings. We also need to do true Ice Age, which is mammoth, giant sloth, smilodon, and ground squirrel. So we're going to go new game. We're going to pick a random leader. We're going to pick Ice Age Giant for sure. And then we're also going to take Savannah Giant because most of the gems that we want are Savannah Desert. And then we're going to be sad that we can't take Ocean because we won't have access to Shipwreck if we randomly draft Shipwreck. And I don't think there's any gems that go in Forest or Rainforest, so this one doesn't particularly matter. I guess we'll take Forest Giant just so we have more biome options. And then we'll go ahead and create. So if we see biotica that are good for all the glitters, we'll do all the glitters. If we see biotica that are good for True Ice Age, we'll do True Ice Age. We have gotten none of either, which is interesting. However, Ochre does pull us towards doing True Ice Age because it gives us gold and mystery for each distinct animal. And then it also cares about Titan Bioticum in general. So we'll shoot for True Ice Age. We'll see if we can't get that knocked out. And then we'll just save a bunch of rerolls, because we'll likely need them to make sure we get the 4 Biotica that we need. Give me a 6-wide Ice Age Tundra. We are starting with Poet. Poet should not particularly care what he's next to. So I'll go ahead and give you a Forest. And then we'll be good to go. Go ahead and settle yourself, my friend. We do have ground squirrel to start, so that's great. And I like the idea of just evolving it off the bat to see what we get out of it. We can't place it quite yet, but we'll get there. Moss agate is going to give us 20 gold if it's next to a plant. Blueberry is going to give us 20 food if it's next to a mineral. We'll set up a nice single patch synergy there. And then we'll also need to give you one animal. And then we should be ready to build our scribe if we so choose. But we'll see what else we have on offer. I do think it would be nice if they made scribe a little worse, because the poet settlement is always like have 2 of each of these things, and shrine means that you can just make that anyway, or scribe rather. I think it would be nice if there was a reason to take herbalist. There's just never a reason to take herbalist unless you really need the science, or you really need food, I guess, from canoe maker. But in this case, since we're not chasing food or science, we can just take scribe. And we can get the maximum number of resources out of it overall. Go ahead and give me a rabbit, and then we can do a stoat here, and that'll be this forest basically done. We might have to tweak a couple things in order to fulfill Poet Village requirements. And now I can give you your ground squirrel. None boosters? That's fine. You place that. We'll come over here and get a Savannah ready. Right, you need to put your animal down first. You do that. Then you can put your Savannah down. There you go. And what did you unlock for me? You unlocked for me Jadeite, which also unlocks a cohort biotic. Okay. We'll just chain together evolve. That will also be our second mineral, so we'll only need 1 more plant in this tundra. Sedge will be fine. We can do that next arrow when you grab your next patch. And then while you do that, we'll go ahead and get our next village settled. 2 people that like fighting. Food science for mystery. Gold danger for mystery. I really don't feel like dealing with a lot of fighting this game. You do contribute to food. I guess that slightly pulls us towards general. And obviously Savannah can take care of food for us as well. But then on the other side of this Savannah, we're going to want Savannah Desert. And we're going to want to see, like, Merchant. Because they're the ones who are going to be very gold heavy. Let's also finish Poet Village here. You can have your Jadeite now, just so I can see what it unlocks. Jadeite has given us Carnelian. Good. We can put it in a lot of different places, which is nice. But then you want power. Okay, I'm pretty sure power comes from danger, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't immediately see anything that really gives you power. Oh, power scales with prosperity. No, I just give you prosperity and then you become powerful. So Sedge here. Carnelian wants to be next to animal, though. Mink wants to be next to plant. None of those really work. Give me my first Tundra draft. None of these are criterion animals for True Ice Age. Arctic Fox does let me put a lot of other stuff down, though. We could do Badger in either biome, Mudpool in either biome, and then Arctic Fox is Animal, which is going to contribute to Ochre. So that's seeming like our best synergy right now. We're not really going to have an extinct Ice Age. We're just going to have like a normal guy Ice Age. Go ahead and take Arctic Fox. Arctic Fox here. Mink is going to go here. Badger's going to go here. Plant is going to go here. Mineral is going to go here. And then I would love to take an Ice Age draft later on that lets me redraft the squirrel. I think that would be lovely. So that's going to push you to your 3 power. There you go. Then you need to figure out where this third village is going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Village. Diplomat is going to be our best choice here, even though it's not great. And then I can also buy my Expando charge. Put you here. General wants to make a barracks. 2 of 3 military biotica, 2 of 3 distinct animals for 80. You get a lot of danger out of that, though. 2 of 3 military. I don't think I have access to any military right now. I have red stone, I guess because you can make forts out of it. I have slate, which is the second one. I have 2. I would need to find a way to get a third. I still have 1 more era to do it in. I think I can pull that off. And if I can't, then I can just play redstone twice. So let's start putting our animals down. We'll go Badger here. Because I want you to expand out here. So that I can do plant plus redstone. We'll do our nice little ochre redstone placement. And Poet's doing just fine over here. I think he wants 1 more animal. No, 1 more mineral. That's fine. There's your Badger. Then you're also going to get Mink. That's your expansion. Let's see if you give me any boosters here. As a negative, so we'll go redstone, ochre, and then we'll head over to Diplomat Town and we'll get the Diplomat up and running. General and diplomat are enemies because general hates weak. I can fix that, though. This also sucks. What I should have done is I should have put the village down first, because then they'd expand that way, and then turn this into Savannah, because I'm just going to overwrite it next era. I can go Carnelian, Guinea Fowl, and that should put you at 5. It just costs me era for later. General Building Temple. Don't mind that at all. Turns your Splendor on. Should get you to 5. I'll take my extra 3 prosperity. Off we go. Choices are, we could do Hunter Age. Hunter Age would be interesting. Because I don't think any of the 3 apex biomes that we drafted are plants. It was Titan Graveyard. It was some animal, and it was ochre or whatever in the Ice Age Tundra, and then it was phosphorus, I guess. So phosphorus is going to be plus 25% food on plus 25 food instead of plus 50 food on plants. That's not great. But we could just not place phosphorus. We also don't have a botanist to worry about this game. I actually think Hunter Age would be just fine. Let's see how this goes. You are going to get a ton of extra food from this Arctic Fox, because this Arctic Fox is going to have a ton of gold in it. So get ready to come over here and make your badger and your mink better. We're going to give you a plant even though it's not very good, because your mink wants it. We're going to give you a mineral. This has to be military, because we need to finish your barracks. General is stealing population from diplomat. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. The general kind of needs population in this era. And I wouldn't mind the general getting a little bigger. Plus, this does produce net population. So that's your 2 military. Can I draft Savannah military? Yes, I can draft a spotted hyena. Sucks that it comes with double mud pool, but I'll live. Also, this is an easy whiteback vulture placement, because we already have the element down in the redstone, so I can go vulture hyena as soon as you decide to expand anyway. So after your raid finishes, you should be at 10 of 10 population. Let's go get the diplomat a little bigger. Let's also give you your desert. Carnelian can actually be placed in the desert, so this isn't as bad of an overlap as I first thought. It's going to kill the guinea fowl, but the Carnelian's going to be fine. And then I can replace it with a jerboa, which cares about minerals in biome. So it's relatively painless. Poet General are friends. You would like to make a trapper, probably? I don't think I'm getting fruit picker. I don't think I'm getting stone cutter, and I'm obviously not getting fishing hut. Trapper's fairly underwhelming with just 80 gold, but we can make it happen. And then I could give you... I would rather draft desert. To get like a lapis lazuli? No, because you want animals. For the trapper. You're right. Sure, take a bunch of birds. Also, you really like dove. You're not Baron, but Sandcat is Baron, so that'll be animal number 2. And then this will be, admittedly, not a great booster, but it's a booster. General has taken a bunch of population from Diplomat. 9 population, and you lost 2. Yeah, Plunder's maybe not that bad. Your prosperity is 9. This should push you to 10, but I actually need to push you to 15. No, who's the third city without 10? It's you. There you go. Yeah, I just need to push you to 15. So you got your little desert here doing work. Easiest way I know to push you to 15 and maybe give you a little bit of danger to fend off attacks in the future and give you animals for your trapper. Probably a little bit of wild dog, guinea fowl. Big numbers. Have a prey. That should put you at 24 pop, maybe? Yeah, it'll put you at 24. And then General's at 19 of 20. You wanted to put a ground squirrel there, but you haven't found ground squirrel yet. You also need a third military biotica. I wonder if I can entice you to expand yet. Because I can go white-backed vulture, spotted hyena. And that would be your third military. Do either of you give food? No, no. We'll have to micro to get our last food for the general. So you go here, you go here, and that should pull you to expand 1 tile. There you go. That also technically ends your era, and you haven't finished Poet Town, which means you also haven't finished Scribe, so you are going to need to buy 1 Eon. And it needs to be plant. If I give you carrot, you'll only be 5. That does not push you to the population threshold that you need. No, you don't need a population threshold. You just need 1 more plant. That's all that you care about. So yeah, even though carrot is really bad, have carrot. That finishes scribe. Great Hall is great, although I would definitely like to give you a mantis as well. Oh, you might want a third animal too. Draft Ice Age Tundra again. You need to take Giant Sloth. That's one of your criterion animals. So you're just going to take it, and then you're going to put a red-backed vole next to the fox. Yeah. And then you're going to mantis the fox. That's going to make your Great Hall as big as possible. Your barracks is done. Your trapper is done. You haven't built a 4th village, but you can do it next era. You'll have the food. Mantis here. It's 182 gold Arctic Fox, which is giving us 168 food, 168 gold. Who else is getting micro? Is it really just dog? It feels so boring to go dog every time. But unfortunately, going dog every time is really good, because it gives you more than the 25 gold that you put in. Gives you 50, because each of these are double. You're not next to an element there. This needs to be an element for next era. Because you also want to be next to a second mineral. So it could be a mud pool? Yeah, it'll be a mud pool. And then we'll hope that you get something construction related. Like if you see Knights and Castles, and you're in charge of building the technology castle, we would be really excited. Because it cares about construction bioticum, and you already have 2. No, not you. You. Also, what micro do you have? 20% for each adjacent plant? Nah. 40% upgrade mineral? Nah. 20 for each distinct adjacent grass, savanna, herd, or ugly bioticum? Nah. Well, maybe, but like, not right now. I did finish Under Age 3, right? I don't think I looked at the criteria even one time. Yeah, okay. Phew. Good. We don't have very diverse biomes, which kind of sucks. Could have done a little bit more there. But there's only so much that we can do. Castles and Knights, General wants population. So he's going to want herbivores, I think it is. Poet is the one that is going to want construction bioticum, and Diplomat wants gems. Diplomat has gems already. Poet, I think, has 1 construction bioticum right now, and I really don't want General to have food. Who do I kill? I killed General. General does not really get along with people right now. Boost the predator's food based on its wealth. I'm tempted to kill the General. What would you want to see him replaced with? Like Huntress? Huntress would be really good in his spot. Because it's Savannah Ice Age. And then you could also just do Merchant Age, because you do have good trade right now. 2 crevices and 5 Eon is definitely the best of the 2-star rewards, but I think I'd rather kill the General. Plus it gives us extra rerolls, so that we can get the stuff that we need for our Savannah, for our Ice Age biome. Poet is stealing tech from Diplomat. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm fine with that. In fact, I wonder if I can get you to invent something before he shows up. If I give you elephant grass, can you get a little extra science out of that? Because your desert isn't going to produce any science. You can't soda ash, there's not 2 plant biotica on the route. It's gonna put you at 3. You're gonna need a little bit of help. I don't really think you have help available. Unless you just want to put a 2nd redstone down. I could, yeah. It's on a mineral booster, so it's fine. And what's your building that you're working on? Oh, never mind, we can just do animal breeder. Save the Eon. There's the extra science that you need. Off you go. Alright, so you'll invent something right before the poet shows up, and then the poet will hopefully take it. And then we can spread that around as well. That also finishes Diplomat Town 3. We should really be looking at our next village now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would go here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright. Buy Nomad. Who do you want this to be? Neither of them, really? Really, neither of them. Because we still have Ice Age. We still have Hunter Age in effect, right? No. Hunter Age is gone. Huh. Last time we played, that debuff stuck around forever. But now it looks like it doesn't. All of my plants are producing fine. Maybe I can't take Botanist then. Desert kind of sucks for Botanist, but Forest is good. At Pirate Queen, we just don't have Ocean for you. So I don't know what you would do here. I do wish there was a leader reroll button. Anyway, let's go take a look at Poet Town. 2 of 3 fur biotica may be the kind of thing that we can do now that we're in Era 2. Any of you guys got fur? Giant Sloth has fur. He's also double Titan. The Titan graveyard in the savannah is going to be really big. And then Badger's fur. So I can do triple fur. Rabbit needs to move down and Badger needs to move up, but I can do triple fur. I could also just put a stoat down. So fur, fur, upgrade patch, probably. Ground squirrel and jadeite, kind of unimpressive at this point. Replace with giant sloth, and then fill this biome with plants and get it ready for animals in Era 3. I really like the way that sounds. I think that sounds like a beautiful line. So you will be making fur clothier to get an extra 40 gold. You wanna upgrade him? Yeah, he's doing it. He's just thinking about it. No, he's just clapping. Alright, can you please upgrade? Thank you. When placed, lock. Sure. That's number 2. You do have 5 biodiversity, so you go ahead and sit here. Actually, do I have to place the sloth last? Let's find out. Place the sloth now. Hopefully I don't have to place the sloth last. Order usually doesn't matter. Sloth. Woolly Willow. Do you gain the extinction? Yes. What do you evolve into? Arsenic. Okay. Then you get alder here, which is adjacent to plants, which go extinct. And that's all of your plants that will extinct themselves in that biome. Diplomat stealing population from Poet. Oh, Poet's raid failed. That's interesting. I don't think it's going to go super well for you here. Because your threat is 28 and yours is only 18. I actually can't believe that your raid failed. That's kind of embarrassing for you. And then you need one more mineral, huh? I guess I could just give you a slate. Don't you get better? Doesn't somebody get better with extinct stuff? No? Alright, well, slate is going to upgrade. And we want that tile to upgrade. Not really any animals we can put in there yet. I think this Ice Age biome is kind of dumb. There's Poet Town finished. Let's go help out Botanist Settlement a little bit. You're going to have very unimpressive plants on the desert side of things, but we can help you out with some of this other stuff. Ostrich is going to want adjacent empty slots. So Sagebrush is empty, Sandgrouse is empty. I can put Carnelian here, which is empty, and I could put Mudcrack here, which is empty. Which gives you pop, or I could just come over here and start putting plants down. We should draft Forest. We haven't drafted Forest yet. I am interested in Apple Tree, Pear Tree, Squirrel. If there was a plant that I could put in Ice Age Tundra that I draft out of this, I'd consider it. But I think this will be fine. Because I can go Pear Tree for plant number 2. Apple Tree for plant number 3. Squirrel. Blueberry for plant number 2, putting the pear next to 2 different bioticum types. Revolution is totally done. Don't have to worry about that at all. What do you want your building to be? I can give you a third tree bioticum. I can find somewhere to put a willow in or something. Then you can have a mossy stone. No, that needs to be a fruit. Give him a second pear, because then that's your third tree. Yeah. Does that push you to 12 science plus population? Diplomat's raid fails and Poet counterattacks. Poet is stealing tech from Diplomat. Yeah, really stuck in a bit of an unending war over there right now. You would now like 6 tree biotica. That's gonna be a little harder. But it is a lot of science. And there's no way I give you distinct plants. So I'm gonna find a way to do this for you. It means I'm going to have to draft one desert plant that is a tree. Like a date palm. Comes with a couple interesting options. Lots of stuff that I can put in other biomes. None of these biomes I've actually placed, but I could if I wanted. Sure. So this probably means you're giving up on ostrich. And you're also preparing to give up on sagebrush. This is going to be a date palm that does nothing, at least initially. But we can get it to a place where it does do things. That's an interesting sunstone spot as well. But that takes you to tree 4, and then out here is going to be tree 5 and 6. It's going to be ash. It's going to be double ash, because they don't have to be distinct. And I don't have anything else I really feel compelled to put out here either. So, waste of a food booster, but this is a prime candidate patch for getting upgraded in the future. So there is your wood workshop turned all the way on. Then you need 35 combined hop and technology. That may get you there. That will get you there. Poet needs one more mineral within borders. I'd really like you to expand to that last section of forest. Do you think I could convince you to do that? And then maybe I could give you a rock out there. Maybe like a mossy stone would be the kind of thing that interests you. It could also give you a badger. Even more fur bioticum. Because I don't have anything interesting that's 2-star to put in a forest. Could also give you a dove. Science and food. Well, what gives you more? Badger is going to give you 25 and 10, but it's an animal, so it's going to be another 50%. 15%. That's not amazing. Also, a dove is an animal. So you're going to be 17 and 17. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 35 plus a danger. So Badger is technically going to be higher output. Nothing that's going to take you from 80 to 120, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with level 2 biotica anyway. Off you go. Anything else you want to do here? You've placed every plant, so everything possible is going to evolve. You could try drafting mineral or Ice Age Tundra one more time. Could also put an arsenic on that level 2 Omni booster. Oh, it gains 7 from plundering Diplomat. Okay. Oh, you haven't even built a project yet. Yeah, you can just have a tavern. Because you finished the requirements for it already. You giving any thought to maybe expanding a little bit, maybe? I'm just gonna nudge you in that direction a little bit. And then you guys are going to be competing over those last squares. Your animal breeder is done. Everything is done, and you have 14 spare Eon. It's incredible. You have the opportunity to just put some things down because they'd be good, instead of being pressured into doing them by projects. What a world we live in. You could also burn all of your drafts, so you're not tempted to draft useless things, and you can focus on Apex Biotica in Era 3. General stealing population from Diplomat. Again, I think that's fine. I'm okay with the Diplomat getting beaten up a little bit. You want to be next to things that produce base gold. You want to be next to a gem. And you want to be next to an undergrowth. I don't think I can get you next to both gem and undergrowth. On this side. And you want to be next to plant animal. So one plant. This we really want to be an animal. And we want it to be an animal that yields gold. We want it to be a sand cat. And then this can just be a jasper. Let's make this date palm huge. Then we'll need another plant. No, we'll have that be an animal, because it's easier to have an animal that's base gold. You could have that be your armadillo. And then you could put a gem here and an undergrowth here. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Go ahead and do that. Armadillo here. Plant here that is undergrowth. For now, it's going to be sage. For next era, it's going to be sagebrush. And then you need to be a level 1 gem. You're going to be like a quartz. And then that's a beautiful desert. And we can upgrade these to basically anything we want. Because the date palm only really cares about gold output. So this can be a good gem when we get it. This can be a good gem when we get it. We can be really flexible with what we upgrade there. And then micro. Food on a plant. Date palm is on a plant booster. Definitely want to make you bigger. None boosters. Any of you guys have good tags? 50 in tagged flower. 50 in tagged ugly deep. Don't think any of those synergies really matter right now. So we're just going to look for things that are on boosters. Isn't one of these things on a booster? A carrot is, but that's kind of a sad worm. That's going to evolve anyway. Yeah, sure. Just go put a worm on a carrot, because it's going to go away next era. And then what's your boost? It's not percentage based. Your mineral upgrade is science. None of you are on... You're on a food booster. You can get a worm. Any animals on a gold booster? Or an animal booster? As they're often otherwise known. Not really. Not really at all. Not really at all at all. The fox you got already. Alright, then you can just put down any of these, basically. Do you have a really good mineral right now? The sunstone is going to be okay. It's going to be a 80 gold sunstone, 80 plus 40%. Any minerals better than that? Definitely not. Sure. And I don't think I'm going to touch that patch basically ever. I'm really happy with the way that those level 2 synergies work, so shouldn't even have to worry about upgrading it. New Aramie. Kill this general. His days of going to war are over. Oh my god, they put bows on the foxes. It's so cute. Okay. Who's your replacement? The goddess. That is okay. We have a lot of gold output on these tiles. So I think goddess should work just fine. Now what do we want to take next? Age of Horror might not be that bad. We have a lot of wealth on this planet. I don't want to do Age of Discovery. We're not super prepped for it. I don't really want to do Nuclear War. City of Dreams actually might be okay, especially because it's on the goddess. We're going to have a lot of things that are high gold, and City of Dreams makes it really easy to invent things, because it gives a lot of science as well. I'm tempted. I think City of Dreams might end up being the winner. Solarpunk I don't think is going to be... Well, actually, hang on. We have phosphorus. Give science for food from plants when phosphorus gives food to all plants is kind of sick. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That sounds really easy. And then we should have a similarly easy time doing inventing from that. So the first thing that we have to do is draft. We need to find things that push us towards all that glitters, and then we also need to find the apex bioticum that we need for Tundra. Ruby is one of them, right? Double check. Inventions? No? Yes. Ruby gives you majestic earrings. Also, don't you need Woolly Rhino for your achievement? No. Unlucky. Either way, I think we take Ruby here. Damask Rose is also a really nice pickup because it's a plant that we can put next to our Sunstone that also gives gold for our Date Palm. And then I also want to draft Ice Age Tundra. There's our Mammoth, but then I also need Smilodon. Did I screw my draft up? How do I get a Mammoth and a Smilodon? Because this is the last Ice Age Tundra that I can take. I guess we have to get one as an Apex. Yeah, you must have to get one of them as an Apex, because that's the one that you get for free. Huh. Okay, so we can't do True Ice Age anyway. Which means I can take Woolly Rhino to get Majestic Earrings or whatever it was. Okay, sure. Let's do that one now. Because I've got a booster for you. And you should be ready to invent. You're at 0 of 10. You are going to need 10 biodiversity. Can you get to that? I think so. Also, you're a 3-star animal booster. So I still think you play Ochre. Nah, maybe you play Arsenic on that science booster. Because it maxes that Arsenic. Let me think about this. Also, I think someone's at the door, so I need to AFK anyway. Alright, we're back, and I think we have the beginnings of a plan. We need to get to 10 biodiversity to get a woolly rhino down, but we have 6 boosters over here and then another 2 over here. So we need to start with an upgrade so that we can get the necessary biodiversity out of our 3-star biotica in order to get our animals on the correct boosters. And then after that, we can fill things out with stuff like ochre and arsenic. We're going to make sure we do things in the right order this time so that we don't cost ourselves all the glitters for like the 3rd game running. So we will bring Savannah Titan over. We are looking to play Saiga, Antelope, and Marmot. Marmot wants to be adjacent to another herbivore. Saiga Antelope wants to be next to a predator. Badger's a predator. So this should all work out just fine. I'm totally okay with you having this booster, because this is not where we are going to be placing the Woolly Rhino. Woolly Rhino is going to be going over on this side, so that the poet can invent with it. Saiga Antelope can go here. This is going to put us at 10, actually. It's going to be +3, and then it's going to be an extra +2. And now we can come over here, and we can go Woolly Rhino on Animal Booster. Then we push Poet to invent something. Probably through inventing something, through like biome placement in the forest. We would also really like to see something science. Opera gives mystery. Mystery gives science. We would like you to make opera. That's going to be 120 science. It's going to be another 5 science probably, but I'll get you halfway to another notch. And if I manage to give you a second plant instead of this rabbit, it'll push you for a second tick of poetry. But that one's going to get you there regardless. So here we want to see inventions. We want to see majestic amulets off of Woolly Rhino. Show me something good, Poet. I think this is the only biotica that we have on boosters right now. We didn't find anything in this forest. Majestic amulets. Excellent. 1 of 3 down. Next, we would really like to get a phosphorus down, I think, to start getting food from plants. Because I would like to get... Well, no, I think I'd like to get Capital of Poetry done, actually. So maybe I bury Rabbit Stout. That's going to take you to 2 animals. You'll need to replace with 1 mineral and 2 plant overall. But you can get a hazelnut down. There on science, kind of rough. But it's the only 3-star you have. You're going to be next to an animal. Wouldn't mind having a 3-star forest animal. Can't be done. In that case, I'll take the one that's a bunch of trees, because it'll make our phosphorus a little better. And you do need 2 more plants. So Dove Tree will be just fine on its own. Dove Tree will be just fine on its own. We can put you anywhere. And then I guess I can give you a dove to put you at 3 animals. Then You need one more mineral. That's going to be your arsenic, which is going to have double tags, which don't particularly matter. We've at least done 1-star solar punk, but there is a long road ahead of us. Excellent. Oh, wait a minute. Does that give you more resources? No, we're fine. Just don't touch your borders yet, and we'll be okay. Arsenic here. That's mineral number 3. And then plant number 3 will be here. Adjacent to at least one extinct bioticum. Adjacent to plant. You're just going to be a sedge for now, because I want the poet to be at capital poetry. Just get that done. And then that's also opera level 3. So that's a whole bunch of extra mystery. It will probably lead you to invent something else, but you can't invent any of the other things that we need right now. Poet done. Don't have to look at poet anymore. Next up, we need to get a ruby down in the desert. And we're probably replacing jasper and sandcat to do it. Because you need to be next to adjacent bioticum that have base gold. So this is going to be a sandcat again, because you need to be next to an animal, and you don't really care what you're next to. And then you have no adjacency bonuses whatsoever. So upgrade. Cross your fingers for a booster. It's not really where we want that. If I upgrade this again, I can't upgrade it again. What if I were to upgrade you? Let's make you next to gem. And next to undergrowth. And prepare to upgrade this tile. We are basically going to sacrifice our lifestone for that. No, there's a better way to do this. These are still fine. Make your armadillo better, but we're actually going to put a rich hills behind these. Because those come with free mineral boosters. Botanist is at 4 of 10 on an invention. We'll be able to push him through. There's your free 3-star mineral booster. You're at 12 biodiversity. You go here. You can now invent. Don't touch anything else until you've invented. You need something that gives a lot of science. A Chinese jujube would be very good. You would upgrade these to ash trees. And you would replace one of them with a Chinese jujube, and then you hope that this is like extra science for each science and tree bioticum. Actually, that's not going to be great. It's probably going to be jam maker. Because each of these fruits are going to get an extra 50, and they're going to get harmony from the Chinese jujube. 25 for each distinct adjacent. It's not going to be amazing, but it is going to be pretty good. So you go here. This is going to generate you a lot of science. It's going to trigger an invention. It's majestic earrings. You're at 2 of 3. What do you need for the third one? You have majestic amulets from Woolly Rhino, majestic earrings from Ruby. You need diamond, which is desert? Savannah? Diamond is desert. Christmas tree coral, not possible. Shipwreck, not possible. Gold legendary. Gold legendary, I think is rainforest. We don't have a rainforest. Silver, platinum taiga, and titanite are all tundra. We don't have tundra, so it needs to be exactly sapphire, I think. Sapphires are in Savannah. We need to draft Savannah. And you need to blow all your rerolls. take one of these, buy another charge, and then do it again. Take an African elephant because it's good for Titan synergies. Buy a draft because now I think we see 4 options. Much better. Sapphire. Exactly what we want. We come over here. How close are you to an invention? You're 3 of 10. Let's get this prepped. Dogs are going to go away. We're going to need Mineral Giant over here. We're going to need Savannah Giant over here. Probably. Maybe. This is going to be a really big good. This is going to be a really, really good one. We're already almost at 600. And we haven't put down Phosphorus yet. And we haven't put down Titan Graveyard yet. And we haven't put down any of the other good stuff that we want to put down. Upgrade this patch too. I'm getting greedy. I want to see a gem booster. Or a gold booster or a mineral booster. I could also just put hills down again if I don't. Yeah, I don't see it. I would greed on it then. Heals me. You have 2 biodiversity here. Each adjacent scavenger or predator. You're double predator and you want to be next to 2 prey. Scavenger, scavenger, scavenger. You actually want the leopard... No, not the leopard. What's the one that cares about scavenger? Are you losing your mind? There it is. You want vermiculite here, actually. Because that's the second mineral next to the spotted hyena. Is it also an element? No. You're not going to get that lucky. So you get vermiculite. That's going to put you at 7. And then if you come back over here, you can take a giraffe. Giraffe will put you at 10 natively. And then you can put a tree in the back on that plant booster. A Marula will work just fine there, but you don't need to do that now because you don't want to use the booster. You want to use the booster for Sapphire. Three of 10. And now we want to trigger an adventure. You're going to be at 7. You're going to be at a lot more than 7. And I think this is the only thing on a booster for you, but even if it's not, this is going to be a lot of science coming out of this hotel. We can probably trigger 2. Diplomat is inventing something new. Come on. Show me the good stuff. And then we still have 67 EM to work on this planet. Diplomat. Let's go. All that glitters. Alright, now we can make this planet as good as possible. Save that. You don't need it right now. I just wanted to see if I could get an even better tree. I don't think I can. So let's make our giraffe better. This is going to put you at 8 biodiversity. You can put down a pink diamond for 14. African elephant doesn't need to be adjacent to anything. This is going to be probably the best savannah that anyone has ever seen. Pink diamond. Going to 14. African elephant going to 7 on a food booster. Saiga antelope on your remaining 3-star as an herbivore next to a 1-star predator. Actually, are you prey? No. Saiga antelope is prey, though. So you could get a leopard down. You could also get a wildebeest down. Wildebeest is prey, actually. You upgrade this slot, and you put leopard here and wildebeest here. No boosters? That's fine. Wildebeest here, adjacent to Savannah Herd Giraffe. Leopard here, adjacent to 2 prey biotica. 14 biodiversity. Then, Titan Graveyard. For 1, 2 scavengers. Except it's 2010 for each scavenger, and you have triple scavenger tag. So I think it's actually going to be more. Do you have any scavengers you haven't placed? Yes, you could put an African wild dog here, because redstone ochre isn't doing anything for you. So Titan Graveyard here. Then upgrade here. That does turn Bone Picker on for a Whiteback Vulture, which is crazy. Spotted Hyena does want to be next to another mineral, though. So you can be next to an arsenic. Prey or critter. That's neither. But you're a scavenger tag, and I think it's very important to have scavenger tags for Titan Graveyard. So this is going to be a wild dog that doesn't really do anything. I actually think Arsenic's going to go better here, because it's higher up, but... Arsenic goes here. Second mineral for Spotted Hyena. Wild dog is extra scavenger bottom. Can you buy anything that tags scavenger? Ugly Deep? No. Ugly Deep? No. So that's your Savannah done. You've put down pretty much everything you would like to put down. It's a really good Savannah. Your African elephant is 986. Your giraffe has its adjacency bonus. Your sapphire is 1500. Your pink diamond is 600. Everything is fine here. What do you have access to in that Savannah? Not much. You have 215 food. Can I give you anything better over here in your tundra? Not really. You are going to have a really expensive ochre. Ochre's not military, is it? For some reason? No, it's element noble. I think your best option might just be cafe, then. I don't think I have any food biomes that I could place that are going to be better than steak. Power plant, we don't have any energy bioticum. Military base, I don't think we have any military bioticum. We have elephant, and maybe in retrospect, God, I should have gotten the elephant. But I think cafe will work okay. And then as for how it works, I think this patch needs to be upgraded. We would be looking to place turquoise there, adjacent to sets of gem and predator. And then you give a science booster. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate in a lot of ways, because I don't have a good science rock. Adjacent to sets of gem and predator. So predator, predator. Turquoise, gem, gem. You also want plants in this biome too, though, otherwise your woolly rhino is going to be kind of sad. You just don't have many plants, though. You only have 4. This patch needs to get upgraded. It does. Do that now. Oh, you could replay Ground Squirrel. You still want to upgrade that patch. And you want to upgrade that patch because you want hazelnut tree to go here, next to 1 animal that has a base food yield, next to 2 animals that have base food yield. Then you also get a draft out of this, and maybe it'll be something interesting. Any of you guys draft? Nah, none of these guys draft. So you sit here. You have given us fireweed. Kinda doesn't matter. Like, kinda matters, but kinda doesn't matter. You are turquoise. And then you need to get upgraded as well. Because you and you need to be gems. So carnelian will be one of them, which is next to an animal. Quartz is the other one. That puts princely stone to 2. And then here is where the ochre goes. And there are 6 distinct animals here. You may want to put that on a booster. I think you're absolutely right. Put a fireweed here because it's an extra plant for the woolly mammoth. That's not what you wanted to buy. You wanted to buy one of these. Then you put a hill up here. You're looking for a mineral booster. Good. Here's the 3-star one that you wanted. That is where your ochre goes. And you can put a lot more distinct animals down if you want to. All plants in biome being 35 food is probably the kind of thing that we're interested in, and that's only a 2-star. So it's either going to be that, Hagerman horse, or snowshoe hare. And while snowshoe hare would be good, 50 food, giant sloth is just going to be better because it makes all of our plants good, and it makes our ochre better. That is your Ice Age Tundra done. The last thing that you want to do is you want to put down phosphorus. And you actually left yourself a space to do it, it looks like. It's 3-star and every. You need 1 more biodiversity. Can I draft forest? I can draft forest. Ginkgo looking pretty good. Leaf turquoise also looking really good. Distinct sets of tree and undergrowth. Well, actually, undergrowth is going to be a little hard. I think it might just be ginkgo. You're not placing any of these apex bioticum, and you want them to be birds. So take the ginkgo. I think you might want more hills up here as well. Because they gain 25 food and science for each distinct adjacent bioticum type, and none of these are adjacent to minerals. Like, your fruit, you desperately want to be adjacent to some minerals. I think if I go here, I might be able to reach you. But this is going to be ginkgo, because it's next to the mineral animal plant. So we can do that now. It won't reach, but it does mean that your Chinese jujube will be next to animal mineral plant. Onyx also wants to be next to herbivore. Actually, that's crazy. So that's level 1 of. Well, yeah, why not? Why not? Maybe we could rework our harmony in here a little bit. Animal giant, I need you over here. Do you mind? There you go. You still don't have any 3-star forest animals, and you drafted them all. That's fine. Just make it a bad 1-star animal. So I put you here. You'll be next to animal plant. I need to put a mineral here, a mineral here, a mineral here. Distinct adjacent biotica with base gold? Never true. Adjacent to an herbivore? True. More. You go base science. 1. I think you're adjacent. I can't quite tell. You're not. But you're adjacent to 1. And so if I put a science rock here, you'll be adjacent to 2. So put down phosphorus. Phosphorus is going to do great things for us. You can actually afford coal. Holy cow. You can afford coal. This is going to be a 1,000+ planet. Done. Each legacy plant in the biome. You haven't even picked a project yet? 1,600 jam maker? Yeah, that's the kind of thing we want to see. Look at the size of them apples. Okay. You also haven't filled things out over here. What was your plan over here? Base gold on a food booster? What even is that? I don't know what that would be. Hey, you are out of Eon, but you can buy more. Do you just want to go turbo greed on your coal? Replace apple tree and pear tree with just a second apple tree and pear tree. Or replace it with 1 hazelnut tree. No, it's not fruit. Can I tag it fruit? I can tag it flower. This is looking like... Well, no, it's 220. This is looking like a candidate for upgrading, though. These don't do anything. Especially that badger. What would I want to replace you with? 2 distinct adjacent biotica that have base gold yield. Moss agate does. And then a second gold yield. That would be an animal. It would be a stout. Which would get double output because it's fur. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's great. Any other big biotica you're not placing? You could drop desert one more time. Gila monster cheetah, diamond, dromedary camel. Diamond is a gem, which Ruby really likes. It would cost you a lot. Well, it wouldn't cost you that much. I'm taking literally just diamond. You're at 5. I can get you to 7. I can get you way higher than 7. Alright. We buy another one of these. And not only that, but we still have Create Sanctuary. We have Create Sanctuary on Animal, and we might even be able to buy 2 of those. So this needs to get upgraded. Bring Plant Giant over too. This could be an 1100 prosperity planet. Upgrade here. If this is a plant booster. No, that's fine. So this is going to be your diamond. It doesn't care about adjacency. This is going to be your Damask Rose. I'm buying. Damask Rose. It will be adjacent to Gem eventually, but I need it to be adjacent to Gem right now in order to, you get tagged Gem? No, you get tagged Flower. I'd like to replace that Mudcrack with a Gem, actually. Because then I can go Turquoise here. That's +2. You're gonna have to buy again. But that's okay, you can afford it. Carnelian here. That's gonna put you at a 9, because the Mudcrack was giving you biodiversity. But you can put anything here to get yourself back up to 10, including a Mudcrack, which will put you at 11. Then you can go Diamond. And then what is your synergy that you care about? Distinct Gem and Biome. I haven't put down a Jasper yet. Take one of those. So that's every desert gem that we can put down. I need to buy you, and then I need to see a micro that increases the output of mineral. It's not what I was looking for. That's also not what I was looking for, so I can't be that mad. So what's your best option here? Drone Beetle? Just Drone Beetle. Pretty lackluster. And I can afford to do this twice. So one of them is going to be on the diamond. You already have a natural feature. That's very true. You're going to get 1 Drone Beetle. It's going to take you from 2100 to 2520. What else is producing a lot? And by a lot, I mean over 1,000, because this planet's kind of cracked. That would be an interesting spot for a creek. And you can buy 1 more of these. Too bad you can't put creek on a mountain. But this would be the double output. 50% on all yields and gives extra biodiversity. That's not a bad spot, but we might be able to do better. You're all on a hill, I can't do anything with you. You're on a hill, I can't do anything with you. I can mystery the Titan Graveyard. That's probably the best option. So come over here and put a Sanctuary, and then you can also... What could I do on a Vermiculite? I guess just a Drone Beetle. Drone Beetle on Vermiculite, not horrible. But the real winner here is double Ghost Fungus on Titan Graveyard. Take you from 90 Mystery to, drumroll please, 300. Yep. And then Vermiculite would want Drone Beetle. There's not really anything else I can give it that's interesting. You take one of those, we buy these again. You can do that one more time still. 75% can upgrade animal. Likely that African elephant is going to be the best there. But let's go check on how our woolly mammoth is doing. 480, 440. So you're at 900. You're at like 920. African elephant's at 986. It will be better on the monarch butterfly unless the woolly mammoth gives a mystery? No. Alright, monarch butterfly is going to be better on African elephant. Then we buy one more time. You have a really good plant that you could put ladybug on. You have a dove tree that gives you mystery that you could also put a double booster on. Because you have one more terraform charge in the bank. No, you're not going to get that much of it. This is all legacy and it's all coming from phosphorus. Right? How are you getting your 50 science right now? Botanist emblem, poet emblem? Do you have any better plants? You do have this ochre at 1300. But your best mineral booster is only 40%. I think your best remaining plant is probably going to be that dove tree, because you get mystery out of it, and because you can put a micro doubler on it. So you're going to be sanctuary here. Come on down. Still even have a draft that you haven't spent. This has been a crazy game. This has been a really, really good game. So you here. Then you here. And that is all that we can afford. Technically, we could upgrade one more tile. And we could get one more Eon placement out of it. Like, I could bury this to replay it as a blueberry and replace it with a better mineral. But I think it would give me like one more prosperity, maybe? It certainly doesn't look great. So I think that's just where we're going to call it. I do, before we go, want to go look at my solar panel factory. My biosphere. It is producing 1,100 science for each food and plants within borders. Wait a minute, have I put down every plant that I can? Because plants are just extra food for no reason. I haven't. Can I get something that also goes in desert? A plant that also goes in desert? No. Alright, I think that's where we're done then. I don't think there's anything else that I could do. I could put down a sagebrush. Hang on. I can go sagebrush, sagebrush. And that's a little bit of extra food. I just I want to get over 1,100, even if it means I have to spend everything to do it. Because each one of these things is like 300 food. Alright, that's all that we're going to be able to do. I can afford to place one of them. But it's good enough to get us over 1,100. which is definitely the high watermark on any game that we have done. Let's conclude. That has been an unmitigated success. We got all the glitters out of the way, we learned something about true Ice Age, and we made a significant leap forwards in terms of the 20,000 prosperity achievement, if we didn't just get it outright based off of that. Let's see how much bonus we're getting here. 48 from distinct biomes will be like 1150. 1149, I'll take it. There are no rewards left. We have earned everything. I am ready to leave the planet. So 2 tasks still lie before us. Task number 1, now that all the glitters is done, is True Ice Age. Mammoth, Giant Sloth, Smilodon, and Ground Squirrel. And that means we have to see Mammoth or Smilodon as one of our Apex Biotica, which is, I guess, just going to be luck of the draw. And then I can't be done until I've invented cheese. We need to draft an Ibex, a Mouflon, or a Gar, and we need to invent cheese. And then we'll have all of our inventions done. But I do think that Gold Star on every Biotica is just going to be a little too grindy, especially because there's a Wetlands DLC coming out in a couple months, and we'll probably pick it back up then. We can make some more incremental progress on some of our gold borders at that time. So, full expectation is that the next episode of Reus may end up being the next episode of Reus, if we can get that Mouflon invention and True Ice Age done at the same time. But we'll be back intermittently as new content comes out for Reus2, because I just enjoy playing it. If you have enjoyed watching, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can see when I put out new stuff. And if you have a suggestion for what we play next, drop me a comment and let me know what else you'd like to see. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. And until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.